Naomi with Naomi's Tarot. This is your pick a message, pick a number reading, a message from your future self a year from now. I want you to concentrate on a number 1, 2, or 3. If you'd like your own reading, go to naomitarot.com. I am extending my sale $20 per question for each question until June 1st. In light of the economic issues having to do with the pandemic, I thought I would extend the discount. So $20 a question, any amount of questions until June 1st. Normally questions are $25. I also offer astrology charts. In addition to that, spirit channeling, life coaching, and spells or incantations. Go to naomitarot.com to order. If you chose message number 1, your future self a year from now wants you to know that it's okay to find balance and contentment in your life. What have you been striving for and pushing yourself for and pressuring yourself for lately? What have you really been beating yourself up about? What have you maybe not been easy on yourself about? What are you hard on yourself about? What is it that you're always pressuring yourself to do? Where can you let the pressure up on in your life? This tells me that it's okay to remember that right here, right now, is the perfect time and place for you. Now, particularly if you're listening to this in 2020, it may not seem like that with all the things going on. If you listen to this at another time, certainly things can come up then as well. But, it's not about not acknowledging the crazy stuff or the shadow side of things that go on in the world. It's not about ignoring it and running from it. It's just about saying, despite all that, how do I find contentment in my life? And how do I appreciate the good and find balance within the here and now? As opposed to always pushing myself to do more, to do better, to get more. How can I find contentment now? And thus, how can I bring balance to my life through this appreciation, through this contentment? Your future self a year from now wants you to know to try to find peace right now, to try to find something to be appreciative of right here, right now, because that's the only moment that's guaranteed. Your future self wants you to know that bounty and good things are coming from the universe. The merchant talks about our bounty that we will receive. But take this time out that you may be spending alone in the room, in solitude. The room represents our solitude. To really appreciate, be content with what you have. Maybe write a gratitude list. Listen to some uplifting music while you do that. And thus you will find the balance and equilibrium that you are searching for. If you chose message number 2, what does your future self want you to know a year from now? Whenever you watch this video, it is timeless. You can watch it any year, any time. What does your future self a year from now want you to know? Well, there is a message coming to you. And it is a message that you will gain in your solitude. Perhaps you need some time to research something, to better gain an understanding of something, whether it's through reading books or through reflecting in your own intuition. It could be through educated smarts, through reading, self-education or formal education, or it could be through your own intuition and street smarts. But there is some message you need to hear right now that you may not be recognizing because you haven't given yourself the solitude to realize it. Once you embrace the inner divine and your own sacred aloneness, the right people arrive at the right time, exactly on schedule. Maybe you've been desiring a deeper relationship. Maybe you've been desiring a deeper relationship with somebody you're already with, or maybe it's a deeper relationship with somebody you have yet. But it's not until you're comfortable with yourself and fully understanding yourself that you will get the full picture, the full message of the type of person you truly deserve in your life. Maybe it's through being comfortable within the self, being comfortable within the quiet moments, the solemn moments, the alone time, the time where you have nobody else but yourself, to really get to know who you are and who is deserving of coming into your life. And it is when you gain that full understanding that then they will come. And then you will find whether it's to be a wife or to be a husband, or it's just to have a serious relationship in general, whether it's moving your current relationship to the next level, or it's to find that special relationship, that partner to become this person in somebody's eyes, you will receive that message over who is worthy and who you desire. the more you get to know yourself in solitude, the more you can accept yourself in solitude, and the more you can understand yourself. If you chose message number 3, your future self wants you to know right now, a year from now, your future self wants to tell you that you may feel trapped. You may feel powerless. You may feel Eight of Swords energy, like there is no way out from the situation you're currently in. There's something you're not seeing, number 3, about the bigger picture of something. Take a step back, stop looking at the details, and try to look at the broader, bigger picture and put everything into context. Because it is only then, once you put things into context, that you will truly understand what's going on. You are not as trapped as you may feel. Not everyone is your enemy that you may think they are. And you are on the verge of a new beginning if only you would just let it occur. Now, we have difficult times we're facing. If you're in 2020 right now, we are in very difficult times. If you're in another year, you may be going through some difficult personal time, or something else may be happening in your life. You don't have to watch this in 2020. If you are happening to watch that, particularly in this year, there's a lot of things going on in the world with the pandemic and other things, restrictions imposed by the elites, and fears involving the pandemic that have gotten you and many others in this world feeling trapped right now. But look at the broader and bigger picture. Looking at the bigger picture, whatever it is you're going through in your life, whether it's 2020 or 2025 when you watch this, whatever it is, it's time to look at the bigger picture. Because if you fall into victim mentality, you will never find a way out of the mental and physical trap that you may find yourself in. It's not about denying the bad. It's not about saying, oh, everything's airy-fairy and light and happy and all is well and nothing bad is ever happening. You know, I am a proponent of affirming all is well, but affirming all is well is to attract that into your life, not to deny that darkness does occur. It's to accept the darkness and to integrate it within yourself. For more on this, watch my Palladian message, Integrating Light and Dark. You may see others as an enemy or be fearful of enemies or be fearful of those around you because you are in this partially self-imposed trap. And that's why it's important to reach this new beginning, to turn over a new leaf, to have a fresh start, to be able to look at the broader, bigger picture and the messages that the universe is giving to you. Because as Viktor Frankl stated in his work, who I admire greatly, it is only when we can assign meaning to things, personal meanings, that may not be universal, they could be personal to ourselves. It is only when we can assign meanings or context to something that we can then use it as ammunition to move on, to reach higher and greater heights of our lives, to move beyond pain, to move beyond sadness, to move beyond difficulty. It is in finding meaning and context that we can better assign the greater purpose of our life and thus our experiences, and channel that into a fresh new approach and new beginning. So instead of becoming trapped, instead of being fearful, instead of throwing your arms up in the air and saying, there's nothing I can do but hide or hide away or lock myself in my room or be scared, there's a lot more you can do. But you've got to look at the bigger picture for the deeper message of how you can take control of your own life.